I'm probably gonna be floating if somebody comes in here. Okay, marvelous. Did I actually get a message? Oh, did he fucking Discord it to me? Oh my god, I'm not opening Discord, bro. Jesus, I have to do this on. You know what? I'm gonna RP because it's on my phone. I guess I'll open it on my fucking phone, dude. Damn it. Dude, I actually want to see this in this world, though. To be honest. Let me do this. I don't appear to have any extra messages in my phone. That's strange. Perhaps you sent it to your mother. Wait. Oops, wrong person. Sorry. Bro. Oh, fuck. How do the fuck, dude, I'm a boomer. How do I do this? Text. Oh, of course. How did I forget the name? I don't appear to have that document sent to my phone. I would much prefer not to go to my secure laptop in the middle of the FIB building, right behind the safe with the alien technology in it. We're gonna end up making people think this fucking crazy shit in the world, dude. Sorry, the way. Forbidden to be shared. Alright. 1 second. I think I need to share, open everything so you guys can. Well, how can I open this? Can I edit this? I can't edit this. Okay, well that's fucking awkward. Well, good job, boys. Maybe we should make a copy of this real quick. I'll just make a copy before it gets edited. All right. Well, technically, I think you could possibly see it anyway, so. All right. I can share display capture, and then you can see it. All right. And then we can read this pile of shit together. I don't even know what it was. I didn't even know what it was before, honestly, so. Okay, so it's yellow stuff. Is this the only changes? Or what does that mean? I think that was from the old one. Okay, I guess yellow is the changes, right? Mayor from each county, the San Andreas Medical Authority, the Toronto addresses, and the People's Petition shall follow the structure and format. Okay, so I don't think it said this before. Or maybe it did actually. It was somewhere else that had some weird shit. Legislation being proposed by the Department of Justice must have the support of 50% of all justices before posting to the City Hall. No. Because legislation is also case law. So they... If a judge... if a judge, like, makes a... Well, I mean... I don't know if they can. I don't know how they do. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? Justice have 48 hours to vote on proposed legislation. If approved, before moving to the public contest period. Yeah, the problem with 50% of the judges is like it's got to slow down a lot as well. Which I get that there's been power struggles or whatever, or like imbalances, but I think this might actually make it worse for the server. I feel like, well, so I feel like normal legislation, sure, but if it's like a case law based one, it should just go through if our justice has like ruled on a case. Like, I feel like it should just be there, right? That's the justices, not the judges. Legislation that, well, case law is legislation though. Oh yeah, I guess I get what you're saying. So it's not. It doesn't have to be proposed. Yeah, yeah, I get it. I don't think it's proposed if it is case law, is what the other document says. So I assume that's what they mean then. That does make sense. I mean, we'll note that and ask though. That's the because that's how it was meant to be originally, but I think it got sort of like misinterpreted, which is fair because we rewrote the entire constitution and legislation in like, you know, a couple of days, I think. Contest, yeah, I don't really care how they contest, really. Each party will make opening statements, contesting party for the legislature. Each party will be granted 2-minute speaking blocks. Oh, this is actually cool. I like this. Each party will make closing statements. Yeah. So this is sort of like what I wanted to do now if shit didn't happen. So it's good that they actually came up with a similar thing. I was gonna like take them into a courtroom and be like, hey, just explain it on both sides, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But if a resolution is reached, proposed legislation will be amended. If contested and no resolution is voted, the contested legislation will enter the public vote period. Oh, this is cool. It doesn't even have to go to the state. The public will have 3 votes. If the legislation will be enacted, if the majority is obtained for approval. In the event of a tie, the legislation will not be enacted into law. This is even better because now there's no reason for needing us at all, except for impeachment type things, I assume. If 2 counties have 2 identical legislations approved, it will be developed into a statewide law per the San Andreas State Constitution. The San Andreas Department of Justice shall be responsible for enacting the legislation. Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think anything's really. So now, where does it now define that case law is not the same? Is that defined somewhere? I know it's like kind of said in the Constitution, but I think that's also why it was misinterpreted because it wasn't exactly written perfectly. That 50% paragraph is weird. Legislation being proposed by the Department of Justice must have the support of 50% of all justices before posting to City Hall. Well, kind of. The mayor from each county. Kind of. It doesn't really say like. So the mayor can do it just like by themselves. Yeah, I mean, I think this makes sense, but I just think the 50% might actually hinder roleplay because. So there's 2 sides to the coin where speed is good, but also I guess some sort of like I just think like it shouldn't be a percentage. It just should be like if a couple of them are okay with it, just do it. Because the reality is like it can be contested anyway, and it can also be contested later too. So as long as there's like understanding that it's out there, I think the 50% is probably just like excessive OOC wise, just because I feel like, you don't want to limit them either. But at the same time, well, I mean, it says they've got 48, but yeah, but I mean, it also says they still need 50%. So I just think what they should say is like, there's 48 hours to vote on it, and if there is more votes for than against, then it should be passed. Would be a better way, in my opinion, of wording that. So that way, you don't get cucked because people are like chilling and not playing at the moment or something. You know what I mean? Are there 3 or I have no how many? I've got no idea how many justices there are, but at the same time, I feel like having more would be nice because it seems like it's stagnant in some areas. So it's also a future-proof system. rather than, you know what I mean? Like, if there's only one justice, that means that it's always passed. You know what I mean? So there's also that sort of strangeness to it too. But that should never really happen either. I just think like it should be based on all judges and justices or something, or whatever the fuck they do. I don't know. I mean, I think it's fine like this. It just might be better to, like I said, you know, if it's a majority vote rather than a percentage. But in saying that, there probably needs to be legislation that says like if there's less than X amount of justices, or something that encourages like growth. You know what I mean? Because a lot of this is actually pretty tedious for people to do. So, all right, whatever. Oh, come back to me, screen. How did that change? It was hooked on it before. All right.
I'm still very curious, Bobby.
Dude,
of
the
how you even knew that the governor was
archive needs a.
He twatted, and this is City Hall. This is where all the government is.
convenient.
I don't appear that document.
Bobby,
wait.
I'm gonna ask that you go downstairs.
Probably should have started with that. Wait,
Mr.
what?
Chaffetz.